interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Super hot, he goes first.
What is this?
No need for introduction.
All right, Rick Blaze here. Another episode, Blazing. Well, Blazing, it's hot takes now, baby. Hey, it just dropped. The information just dropped on the threads. You know what it is. You saw it like I saw it. New branding for the new season for the 2023-2024 year for SimWorld. And everybody has questions. I'm looking at the threads. I'm looking at everybody has questions. I want to hear from the horse's mouth what the hell is going on, the new branding. Please, let me introduce my guy. You know him. You love him. You may hate him, but you know who it is. Yels, what's up, brother?
Man, what's going on? That's a hell of an introduction too. I like it.
Hey, when I bring you out, I bring you out.
In this scenario, I'm the horse's mouth, though, right?
Yes, you're the horse. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's
Damn, that's better. That's better than me on the other side. Let's do it.
So Yels, we got Yels' phone calling this in, man. I had to get the information. Like Ray J says, I'm first. So I had to get the information first. So let's start off first of all, the branding. The idea, what was your thought process about the idea of rebranding what some may say consider was already a good situation as far as where everybody was in this current season?
Oh man, well, look, we're gonna take you behind into the green room, behind the scenes, just a little bit. SimWorld Hoops is not just a league, man. SimWorld Hoops is not just a lifestyle. It's its own world. This is a whole pipeline of basketball from pro to prep level to college, and some of those things that come into play here. Right now, SimWorld Hoops is a prep level league. So SimWorld Prep League, it just came to be what it was supposed to be. And, it started catching the eyes of some Carmelo Anthony's. We've seen some Liberties. So we're starting to catch their radar. We was like, hey, we just need a fresh new look, fresh new name, man.
All right. So the reconstruction of these teams, obviously, you can see the southern region. You can see the internet. Why reconstructed the way that you did, and what does that mean as far as scheduling and playoffs concerned for next season?
Great questions. So the alignment or the new regional alignment, honestly, it was a group of people kind of came together. And I can't speak to the shadows who came over. What was a conglomerate of people kind of came to the decision that, hey, we got some kids out here, they're fighting hard. We got some coaches that are coaching. We got some coaches that are coaching hard. We got some coaches that are hardly coaching. But what we want to do is still give these kids an opportunity regardless of what's going on in their locker room with their teams, whatever's going on. So I guess I'll kind of answer your questions backwards is we wanted to do a regional alignment that would allow for every team to be in the race to one. It is called the race to one, right? So why not allow every team in SimWorld Prep the opportunity to win a championship? Now, the format, 32 teams, we have 32 teams. I can divide a little bit. If you divide that by 4, that gives, right, so that gives us 8 teams. And we said, let's break them into regions. So the concept behind the regions were try and give them some kind of geographical significance, but also just something a little different. So, if you want me, I can kind of walk through those regions if you don't mind.
Let's walk, brother.
So the Founders region was essentially supposed to be those original states, colonies, areas, regions in the U.S. Yeah, granted, there are a few anomalies in there, but to make everything work, that's how you got the bad boys, Beast of East, Gotham, Philadelphia, Lakeshore, Run DMV, the North, and the originators. Then we wanted to move on from there. Like, hey, kind of the newest states, so to speak, right? This is all, contextual, but the newest states in the U.S. or whatever, essentially moving out of the East Coast and moving west. There's a lot of Midwest in there too, but you got the Bay Area Breakers, Best Coast Ballers, Cascadia, Rain and Trays, Rocky Mountain Monsters, and Showtime. I love saying that. And then Beyond the Arc and Heartland Zombie Stars kind of got caught in there by happenstance as they were not far enough east. And that's kind of how everybody geographically looks at the U.S. anyway. You got East, West, South. Nobody really references the Midwest or the middle, whatever. There's no such thing as Midwest in my eyes. You got East, West, North, and South, but we could only split it in the ways we had. So that left us with the Southern region. ATLians, Gulf Coast Lockdown, which I'm hearing some rumors about that. Now, I won't break that here.
Oh, okay.
H-Town Hoopers, Indy Stripes, Lone Star Basketball Club, Queen City Kings, Southeast Select, and the Yacht Club. And then we just kind of went back to the original format that we had in the Ground Zero season with the Intercontinental region, allowing those guys to kind of fight it out amongst themselves. SimWorld Africa, SimWorld Asia Pacific, SimWorld Atlantis, SimWorld Europe, SimWorld Latin America, Middle East, Oceania, and South America. And not to take up too much time, just to answer that last part of that question yet. Scheduling wise, all the details aren't figured out yet, but the presumption is that teams will mostly play in their region to cut down on some of the travel that these kids have had to endure and maybe provide some stability to not only to their schedule, but their ability to perform on the floor. So we should see more regional games within region, but I'm not going to count out the fact that there will be some non-regional games that happen in the season. And then ultimately, 32 teams, they'll end up with the record that they have. There's still particulars around the race to one for next season. Real excited for the race to one to come this season. But next season, all 32 teams will be eligible for the race to one to provide some Cinderella situations.
Wow. So you're saying your team can go 4-11 like Middle Eastern has this year. 4 in infinity. They're not 4-11. They wish 4 in infinity, and they can still have a chance to compete in the race to one playoff next year.
All teams will be in the race to one. Now, Their seeding and all of that, they may be going up against a Showtime or Originators or, Bay Area Breakers. Good luck to you. See what that looks like on the big stage, but everyone will be eligible.
Okay. So that's something, a feather that now the coaches can take that feather out their hat, right? If you're the OGs, if you're Bay Area, if you're Southeast Select, and one thing you're saying, hey, my team, we're in the playoffs, baby. We won the playoffs. Everybody's going to be in the playoffs, have opportunity next year. How do you think the changes, not only of that, but the fact that some coaches, as you alluded to, some are coaching very well, some are not so well. How do you think the player changes may affect all these things in the offseason?
When you say player changes, you mean the team? You mean the team changes in the regions?
Yeah.
Again, our goal was to provide our players more opportunities to win, more opportunities to be showcased, and more opportunities to stand out within their area, right? So, sometimes, I'm not going to say which region is the best. It's up to the media to debate. You guys do your thing, You got your Texas, Floridas, and New Yorks and Calis. I don't know if anything else exists to some other people, but right? I don't even know if those other areas exist. But outside of that, within your region, these kids can be a superstar, showcase their talents, get on some of the SimWorld University basketball, that's parentheses, the NCAA, get on some of their radars. So, really, again, not really sure how that's going to impact the team, but our goal was if the team was supporting these kids or the coaches were supporting these kids in the right way or not, that we're able to showcase their talent, best for them.
Fair enough. Final question the first thing I saw when I looked at the region restructure, founders, man, I feel like it came with a white cloth with two tiny holes at the top. When I saw the founders region, I'm just saying.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby? Don't you put that on me, Ricky Blaze? Don't you put that on me? I will say this: I did have a large cup of tea with some vodka in it when that was being formatted.
So we're gonna blame it on the liquor. Okay, fair enough.
So the tea party-ish, there was some tea involved. And now I've spilled the tea. Thank you for that.
There you have it, folks. We spilled the tea here on Blazing Takes, a special edition of Blazing Takes. The tea party was involved. We're having a tea party, and I'm not gonna go no more with the teas. It's gonna get out of hand. All right, hey Yells, we appreciate your time, baby. We're gonna drop this now so y'all get the information what's going on. If you need some more late breaking news, I guess I'm your guy. Peace.
That's hot.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.